Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Blue-White Familiars and we're going to be abusing Lorien Revealed, which says draw 3 cards with island cycling for 1. And this card has been popular in pretty much every format at this point. And it's just really good. Basically what you're doing is you're able to increase your land count by having all of these in the main deck. So effectively 22 lands. So that's one more than we had previously. But in reality, we're only playing 18 lands, which is quite low, especially for familiars that was playing 21 lands and sometimes didn't have enough in the main and didn't have enough to have good opening hands. So this is going to increase our effective good opening hands count. We're also playing essentially only 15 lands here that are good enough in the opener to cycle the Lorien Revealed, so the Chancery as a singleton land is not good for the opener. If you want, you can play 16 lands in that spot, so you would add maybe one island or one Ash Barrens or a floodplain or something. That would make it a little bit less sketchy. But I think that 18 here with the 15 non-Chanceries is good. I'm on 3 Chanceries because I think 4 is too many, and at 18 lands, 3 Chanceries is about the same amount as 4 Chanceries with 21 lands. To support this, I'm playing 6 cantrips, and then 6 cantrips leads me to playing 3 Modern Ages, and 3 Modern Ages leads me to playing 2 Deep Analysis. People talk to me about why am I playing the Modern Age over playing CawGate Oracle and Meeting of Minds. So I think that the Modern Age is very powerful in this format because a 2/3 flyer is really good. It also helps us with not flooding out because it's a loot, and it helps us close the game out. So it allows us to play this counterspell plan where we actually have enough power on the table to close the game in a relatively quick time frame. It can get over the top of things like terror and stuff, which is also important. And in the main deck, we're playing 4 counterspell. This is specifically for Ponza in the format. It also helps against initiative decks. It's going to help against terror. It's kind of hard to cast Counterspell, but because we have all these islands and Lorien Revealed can get the Glacial Floodplain, we're going to be able to cast Counterspell a little bit more often. My one of here is Dawnbringer Cleric. Instead of playing Strands, I'm deciding to play Dawnbringer Cleric because if we only play Strands, it'll go away, and if they journey to nowhere else, it'll be a problem. They have something like makeshift munitions on the table. So we're playing Dawnbringer Cleric to clear out all of our enchantments and stuff. In the next set, there is a destroy target permanent that leaves an elephant behind. So Dawnbringer Cleric will probably be replaced immediately with that card. And we might even want to play 2 in the main deck. That'll be like our combo kill, sort of like the Din Rova Horror. Alright, I pulled it up. So Generous Gift is going to be the new card coming up. Destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. So this is an instant, which matters. So on the opponent's end step, we can Generous Gift their lands, destroy them, snap their elephants, destroy their lands some more, destroy their elephants. So if you have multiple Chancers in play, you're going to be making basically infinite white. So you're just killing all their stuff, making more elephants, and then snapping the elephants. It's going to be pretty gross. But hopefully it'll be pretty awesome. So that's going to take the place of some number of Last Breaths and the Dawnbringer Cleric. So we're looking to play that pretty soon. I guess that comes out on Magic Online on August 4th. Other than that, the list hasn't changed too much. In the sideboard, I'm playing a 5th Red Blast or 5th Blue Blast instead of playing the Prismatic Strands. I just think more 1-drops to beat on red is better. We got two more negates to handle non-creature spells and Ponza. 2 Last Breaths for clearing the board, like any like go wide decks, very good versus walls, mirror, stuff like that. And then just my classic 6 anti-affinity. Revoke Existence is going to come in against Bogles, Affinity, Relic players, stuff. And if you have any questions while we move through the deck, and go through the matches, let me know. Sage Row is not in the main. We're not playing it in this specific deck list, but if you wanted to, you could play the Sage Row in the sideboard here over this 5th Blue Blast, or you could play it in the main deck over a single counterspell, and that would probably be decent. I think I'm just going to go with what I know is a very solid list and not kind of water it down here. The main issue with familiars tends to be time, and if you're super fast on Magic Online, it's not that big of a deal because you're your own clock. You have your own 25-minute chess timer. In paper, you have a shared clock, so Sage's Row Denizen or Prosperous Pirates would be a little bit more important. So you could play this in the main deck over Counterspell just to make sure that you don't time out, you don't go to rounds, you don't have to get draws, because draws are definitely the worst. If you're interested in learning more about this deck, I have primers and sideboard guides on my Patreon, patreon.com/CaliKais. If you want to rent the deck on Magic Online, check it out from Card Hoarder. You can rent for a very low fee and play lots of different decks and check out Pauper. It's super fun. And if you are enjoying these videos, hit me up with a like and subscribe. Let me know what kind of sweet decks you're playing, and maybe I'll play those on the channel as well. Alright, thanks a lot. We'll see you in the matches. Okay, we're on the play in round 1 versus Manigold, who has been playing like Goblin Combo, Walls, all sorts of stuff. We have a really sweet hand where we have turn 2 Familiar. We've got the Modern Age and a Lorien. Ephemerate's not great where we are, but we'll see what happens. They're leading on Forest, which indicates maybe Ponza. Okay, they're playing Ponza nonsense. So we'll play a land and pass the turn. We can just counterspell their Thermokarst or whatever, and then play Familiar into Modern Age. We definitely want to be able to get our land drops. Alright. Play land, pass the turn. Now we can cycle to Lorien Revealed, grabbing an island, and then go Drifter Ephemerate on the next turn. They cycle a Generous Ent. Sure. Okay. Counterspell. Bonk. Let's cycle this, grab an island, untap, and go Drifter Ephemerate. So we're going to get a ton of value here. Their single Acid Moss is gone. If they play the, what's its face? If they play the Initiative right now, we'll be able to get past it soon. When we untap, we can cycle for an island if they blow up our land, play the Familiar, play the Modern Age after that. Looks like they're not going to have the Initiative right now. We can't currently play Counterspell. I mean, a Familiar plus a Counterspell. Let's draw a million cards with the Muldrifter. Cycle for an island, or plains. Play plains. Lay out the Familiar. Go ahead and Modern Age. And here, I'm just going to discard a Ponder and pass the turn. I don't need the Ponder. I'm drawing a lot of cards already, and then I have the Preordain lined up if I need a cantrip. So if they play the Initiative, we're actually going to probably trounce them because we can just snap it, go Archaeomancer for the Counterspell. They play a Boarding Party, which finds the Initiative. Alright, that's fine. Because we can play the Archaeomancer, block, and Ephemerate. It's kind of fine. We'll grab the Initiative. And then maybe, like, wait till their turn to do all those things? Not sure. Sure, we take 3, whatever. Ponza. Okay, so here we have a Flicker, that's great. So I guess I'll discard the Preordain still. Play land. Play Archaeomancer. Grab the Counterspell. Let's attack. So they're going to take 2. I get the Initiative. I get an island. Gonna snap off the Avenging Hunter. Untap, untap. And I'll pass the turn. We can block and Ephemerate and then Counterspell. If they want to try to kill my creature, that'll be kind of annoying. My plan is to block and Ephemerate with the Archaeomancer. If they have a counterspell, I mean not a counterspell, a removal spell response, it'll be annoying. Block. We're going to Ephemerate. They have 5 cards in hand, so they'd have to have double removal spell here. Let's get back the Ephemerate. Just completely trouncing them here in this first game. They're going to play a... what? Just going to try to replay the Avenging Hunter? They're considering their options. They don't have very many good ones, but it's not even their main phase, so they can't cast anything. Okay, 3 mana, 4 mana. I mean, if they cast an Acid Moss here, I'll just counter it. Cast a Jewel Thief. I do not care, luckily, because I have the Faithful coming up. Alright, so my turn. We're going to take the initiative. Forge. Let's go ahead and forge up, I guess, the Familiar here. Then I can block. I don't have to play the Faithful. That way I can use my mana this turn. Then Ephemerate here. We don't want to forge up the Muldrifter because the Muldrifter is going to get flickered around for drawing cards. Doing. Okay. Now we get a 2/3 flyer as well. Play land. Swing out. And then, do I want to cast anything right now? Yeah, I think I'll... They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still going to cast the Faithful here, because I have lots of cards in hand. Then I'm going to pass. I don't really need to get the Muldrifter out just yet. I think I want to cycle the Lorien Revealed for the Glacial Floodplain. Let's see if that single life from the Thermokarst is going to matter. I doubt. Okay, they play a land. 6, 7, okay. Cast an Altasaur, we're going to yield here. And we're probably just going to... They have an Arbor Elf. So this is an easy counterspell on the Altasaur. And then we're going to block with the Archaeomancer and flicker Archaeomancer and Muldrifter. That way we draw a bunch of cards, and then we can cycle. Alright, so they're attacking, we're going to block, and don't think I need to block here. I could double block to get rid of the Jewel Thief, but I don't think it matters. Let's flicker. Boom boom. Do you have a Scred? I could also have flickered Archaeomancer and Plains, but they're just going to scoop it up. Nice! Okay, so we want the 2 negates. I'm going to cut the Dawnbringer Cleric and a Faithful, and that'll be it. Being on the play with the counterspell was fantastic. Let's see what happens when we're on the draw. Yikes. Classic no lander. So our Lorien Revealed would have been an island maybe. Still wouldn't have been enough for this hand, and we're going to mulligan. Alright, this is not great, but not terrible. We're going to keep and put back a Chancery. We can maybe use the flicker at some point to flicker our island to actually get past a land destruction spell. Our opponent has already mulliganed to 5. So we want this Ponder to reveal the counterspell, I guess. Plays a land. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. So they probably just kept turn 2 land destruction and then an Avenging Hunter, I imagine. Land, Ponder. Find a Lorien Revealed, Snap, Familiar. Okay, so do I need the second Familiar? I think the second Familiar is probably the thing we need the least, so let's put that back and then keep this. No shuffle. We're going to draw the Lorien Revealed. Draw the Snap. Let's see if they have a land destruction spell right now. They're cycling for a Generous Ent. Or cycling a Generous Ent, not cycling for a Generous Ent. This is 3 mana. If I cycle this for the Plains, I'm going to cycle it right now. See what happens. Because if I am able to pass the turn and get it back, I can play the Familiar out. Then I can do like Drifter, Snap, Drifter shenanigans. If they don't have Acid Moss right now, then we can play Familiar and snap their thing and then hold up Flicker. They have another Forest Cycler. Grab another forest. That's 3 mana, so they have to have a thermal karst right now. We don't have the thermal karst. So we're going to play out our familiar. They only have 4 mana. Will they have the Avenging Hunter right now? If they leave up red, we have to be kind of nervous about them having Pyroblast or a Scred. They're tapping for red-green. Red-green, red-green. Acid Moss. Okay, that's kind of expected. Pass the turn. So we can go land, Drifter, Snap, Drifter, see what, and then look for a counterspell. It's probably worth it. Evoke this. We're going to snap the Drifter. Tap, untap. Do not find a counterspell. We're able to get past a land destruction spell with our Flicker right now. If they have an Avenging Hunter, we can go land, slam the Mole Drifter. Alright, let's just Flicker. So we need that around. Pass the turn. So they attempt to Flame Slash the Mole Drifter, and we fizzle it with our Flicker. But then we're weak to potentially... There's the Avenging Hunter. We're having a problem where they might have a relic at some point. Herder! Here comes the Avenging Hunter. We need a snap and a counterspell. They got a mountain with the Avenging Hunter. We found a snap. But we can't really afford to just play out the Chancery. Find a Faithful. Okay, so next turn we can play Chancery, snap the Avenging Hunter, play Faithful, Modern Age, discard the Deep Analysis, draw some more cards, looking for a counterspell. They're going to Scry. Okay. It's possible that we don't worry about snapping the Avenging Hunter just yet either. They go 2 top. That means they probably found land destruction, or oh, they can actually set up their Cascader with the scrying. Not great. Okay, they're gonna play Arbor Elf and a Boarding Party, revealing a Scred. That's a good card. Gets rid of the Mole Drifter. Okay. Hashtag boo. I know I said that. Sorry guys. Sorry everybody. So I'm gonna lead on Chancery. Pick up this. I think I have to ponder. Well, I probably have to snap the Avenging Hunter first. Get that off the table. Play Faithful. Cast a Ponder. Looking for a counterspell. Find a Mole Drifter. Mole Drifter's pretty good. Not sure it's what I need exactly, but it is pretty good. So I can play the Mole Drifter and then block. Yeah, let's do that. No shuffle. Slam the Mole Drifter. We're going to block the Pirate with the Familiar. Well, actually, I don't even have to block this turn because it doesn't matter. Although I probably do need to keep my life total high. And they're going to play the Avenging Hunter again and get a Catacombs. So maybe that was not the greatest. We don't want to block this turn. We want to just push through. Okay. They're going to make my Faithful have to attack. Play the Avenging Hunter. They're going to go for the draw card, probably. So I guess if my Faithful has to attack, I want to block with it, but I could also find a Flicker, an Ephemerate. They find a land destruction spell. Kind of brutal there. I think we're just going to take the 6 right now, and then reevaluate on our turn. Alright, step 1, Modern Age. Discard the Deep Analysis. Maybe second. Yeah, we have to discard the Deep Analysis, draw some cards. Alright, let's go to the next game. Stupid Avenging Hunter. Alright. I'm just going to resubmit. Hopefully we can get some counterspells. Maybe the Snap is not that good, and we want the Blue Blasts. I'm going to keep this. We got lands, cantrips. Them having the actual... Darn. They kept 7. I don't think I can keep the Chancery into a 7-land hand, or 7-card hand for them. Bottom that, top the Modern Age, pass the turn. Probably going to Modern Age and discard a Familiar. Looking for any other land that's not a bounce land. Go Modern Age. So this is going to get us a flyer at some point. Discarding a Familiar. Second discard will maybe be a Faithful or the Snap. Now they have 3 mana off the Wild Growth. They can play a Llanowar Visionary. Okay. We get to draw. Okay, what should I do here? I think I probably want to discard another Familiar. Although not having the Familiars in play is going to be a problem. The Faithful is going to be important, but maybe not as important as the Familiar. Let's Island Cycle for a Floodplain. Play that out and pass the turn. Let's see if they jam the initiative right now. We can go Familiar, Snap, Familiar, Drifter. Oh, Familiar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they destroy my land. Get in for 2. No, they're just going to cast a spell. They're going to cycle a Generous End. Alright. Okay, we find an Ash Baron, so now we can play out our Familiar. Bam. And they play a Forest. We have a blocker for their Visionary. They play the Avenging Hunter. So once again, we are looking for a counterspell. They find a Mountain. They're going to scred my Vector Glider. So we can't take the initiative from them. We are sad. Or us. Alright. Okay. We can go cast a Familiar. Drifter, Snap, Drifter. Gain much life. Or not. We didn't gain any life. What am I talking about? Drifter, Snap, Drifter. Play the land. So we can go Archaeomancer for Snap. Grabbing the Snap. Passing the turn. They can get in for 9 right now. If they want to, then we can snap their creature and attack, and then get a land. Ponder into hopefully counterspell maybe. Flicker would be good. Ephemerate would be good. They're going to Forge. Probably make the Llanowar Visionary bigger. Attack for 9. We have to take the 9. We're not going to block because we have to be able to attack. Plays a land. They have 2 cards in hand. They're attacking for 9. We go to 11. We've seen 18 cards and no counterspell. They have a second Avenging Hunter. That's pretty bad. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. What's their last card in hand? They play out a Sprawl. Okay. Let's Ponder. Find an Ephemerate. That's really good. Put that on top. Snap this Avenging Hunter. I'm going to attack. Okay. We take the initiative. Grab an island. Play the island. So now we can play Muldrifter. We can double block this one. I think we want to Drifter Ephemerate actually. Or we can Ephemerate here, snap this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go Drifter Ephemerate. Looking for a counterspell. Okay, we found a second Ephemerate, so we can Ephemerate this. Or snap. Snap their Avenging Hunter. They're going to play the second Avenging Hunter and get the Archive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have enough to cast both. Let's snap this one then. Snap that. Snap the Llanowar Visionary. Untap, untap. Ephemerate the Muldrifter. We have a negate. Okay. I think I'm just gonna jam another Muldrifter. Find him familiar, so they have to cast the Avenging Hunter to get back the initiative. They're gonna get into archives. We're going to double block the Avenging Hunter, and then I guess they can replay all their other spells. We could double block the Avenging Hunter with the Muldrifters, but then we won't be able to attack and take it back. Take back the initiative. They should probably lead on the draw spell. So they draw a card off the Visionary. That makes sense. They're tapping for 6 mana. 7 mana. If they play the Altasaur instead of Initiative right now, it would be good for us. We're just going to double block here. That way they can only kill one of our familiars, and they have to actually cast the initiative. There's the Avenging Hunter, they get to draw a card. There's an Arbor Elf. Whatever. Nobody cares about an Arbor Elf anymore. They basically have infinite mana at this point. They kill my Archaeomancer. Okay. So I'm going to draw a million cards right now. Blam. Draw some cards. Blam. Draw some cards. We're trying to find something that... Okay, we have double counterspell. Alright. So we're going to lead on attacking. We have 1 snap, double counterspell. We take the initiative. We're going to forge. Put it on this Muldrifter. Okay, big Muldrifter. Play familiar. Actually, play this land. Play familiar. How do we want to do this? We want to get rid of at least 1 Avenging Hunter. That will leave us with 1 blue mana open. Snap our Avenging Hunter friend. Untap, untap. We can cast Preordain or Modern Age. I suppose we want to get the Modern Age out. Modern Age. Let's discard. I guess it's going to be Deep Analysis, but it's going to be rough because I can't really flash that back. It's kind of risky. I'm just going to discard the Lorien Revealed and pass the turn. I think I'm going to be searching up a counterspell or an island with my Lorien Revealed if I can. So this is a 4/4 Drifter, which can trade with this Avenging Hunter. They're going to cast another Avenging Hunter that I'm going to counterspell. I'm not going to counterspell a Llanowar Visionary. We can block him with our familiars. Can we get there? It would feel really good to just walk over Ponza. We're tapping for 4 mana. They have Arbor Elf as well, so they have basically infinite mana. The only thing we're trying to counterspell right now is the Avenging Hunter. If they go for like a Thermokarst on this island, we're going to have to tap the negate. But they use... No thanks. No thank you. Not a fan. Okay. Arbor Elf comes into play. Sure. Fine. Will they attack? So the next turn they actually have 4 attackers. Oh, interesting. We're just going to attack with everything. Sure. Okay. We're going to trade. Oh no, this gives them the initiative, huh? That's not good. I seem to have messed up pretty bad. Okay, they're going to have the initiative off this. And then block, block. But they get to get a creature. So I want to keep my creature around. Let's just kill this. Or should we kill this one? This gives them a ton of mana. But they already have a second Arbor Elf. So let's kill this one. And then double block here. Maybe not even block. I'll go to 1 damage though. 1 life. I guess that's the way it's got to be. Or we can double block here. Take 1 and go to 5. And then they have We'll have 1, 2, 3. This will still be around. Next turn we're going to trap them, I guess. I think I have to get the Avenging Hunter off the table. But I did mess up here, obviously. That's unfortunate. I forgot about the trample, 5/4 trample. Okay. They take the initiative yet again. Go into throne. Let's see what they reveal. Boarding party, flame slash. I'm probably gonna put the generous ent onto the table because it has reach. Yep. We play a land, so they've got nothing in hand. Let's cycle this for an island. Soon we are going to be getting trapped by them, which is not good. We need this faithful. It's in the graveyard. Okay, draw a card. Snap would be okay as well. Hey, we found a mire. Alright. So let's discard the deep analysis, play the mire, get back the faithful. Yes. And then we can cast this Lorien Revealed, draw 3 cards, lay out a faithful. Guess we ponder. What? This is big though. If I can find a snap, I'd be good. Ponder? Looking for a snap? There's a snap. Ayo! Snap. Shuffle, no. Go ahead and bounce this. Oh, I can't bounce the ent this turn. Not until their turn. Okay, that's fine. So I guess I do it on upkeep. Since they have no cards in hand. I can't take the initiative back. Maybe on the draw step? I could also block the ent and then snap my Muldrifter, but I have a Muldrifter coming up. Yeah, I think I want to snap the ent. They're going to grab a land, put it in their hand. I can snap the ent and counterspell it. So nap. They only have 4 attackers now. Untap, untap. Okay. Although I guess, I mean, I do need to snap. I need to counterspell the ent. There's nothing really else that I can do. If they kill the Mortuary Mire, we're going to be having some major problems, but what is it going to be? I mean, can't really do that much about it. We just got to get rid of the blockers. They have a land and another card in hand. No attacks. That's what we'd like to see. Alright. So now we'll just take over the game. We have counterspells and stuff. Let's attack. You get trapped. Nice. Nice initiative. I'll take it. Would really be a shame if somebody took their initiative. Let's cast this Muldrifter. Okay, draw some cards. Oops. Oh no, I passed the turn. I'm such a dummy. I got too excited. Alright, let's turn off this upkeep stop. Let's negate that. I was planning on picking up the Mortuary Mire with the Chancery. I just kept pressing OK too much because I was responding to other things. That was just a big mistake. Okay, let's untap. Play the Chancery. We have so many cards in hand. We're going to Archives. Get the draw card. Let's see what we draw. Deep Analysis. Let's just Deep Analysis ourselves, I guess. Draw some cards. Find a Flicker and an Archaeomancer. So let's play out the island. Archaeomancer. Grab the Ephemerate. And then Ephemerate for the other Ephemerate. And then I will Ephemerate for the negate. Take that negate back, and then attack for 6. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. La la la. So Ponza's gone from worst case scenario matchup to relatively fine. Just be on the play game 1 and have the counterspell. Long game. We're all close to timing out. This opponent did not bring in the Weather the Storms, though. They're considering attacking, and they don't. They pass the turn. I'm not going to do anything crazy. So let's go ahead and Ephemerate. Move the stack over here so that it's easier to click. Move the triggered abilities down here. Once again, just Really small clicks. Bam. We ephemerate again. Easy peasy. Take that back. Okay. Alright. We're gonna grab the Archaeomancer, I think. We could get the Moldrifter. None of it's gonna matter right now. I'll just take the Faithful. Let's take the Faithful. Play a land. I'll play this, the Chancery. Probably should have just taken the Archaeomancer, but I just have so much going on. It's like too free right now. Archaeomancer, get back. Counterspell. And we will Modern Age. Like, how can they get past this? They cannot. Let's discard the planes and attack. Bam, bam, bam. We have a snap in hand, so let's snap. Ephemerate, snap, get rid of the Arbels, and then we can play out the Moldrifter. Get rid of this one. Just take them down a notch on their mana. Ephemerate again. Using our cards in hand, we can now snap. Boom, get rid of the Arbor Elf. Untap, and then play out another Moldrifter. Boom. Alright. I guess I'm gonna play out this Faithful then. I'm at 20 life. I got all my lands. You are at 1 life. You have lots of lands as well. 2 Arbor Elves, 3 unknowns in hand. Plays a Forest. So we have 2 unknowns from the opponent. Red mana, huh? We're going to Flame Slash. I'll just draw some cards. So finally the Flicker's going to resolve. The Faithful trigger's all resolved. We're going to draw some cards. I'm not really worried about decking at this moment since our Mortuary Mire is still around. 5 mana, 6 mana, I guess. Plays the Avenging Hunter, it gets counterspelled. Boom, counterspell. Alright. They have 2 Arbor Elves in hand, so I'm just going to F6 now. We're not close to decking. We have 7 cards in library. This Modern Age is going to draw us another card, and we win the match. Alright. Sweet. Okay, round 2 versus Jose. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep this. We would be weak to mono blue Fae, I think, with this hand, but it looks like we're up against CawGate. So the first thing we're going to do is try to find a land. We're going to ponder for it. Find a Chancery, so that's great. We're going to put back the ponder on the bottom, pick up the Chancery, no shuffle, and then when we draw, we're going to preordain away that second preordain most likely, but we'll find out. Still just looking for more lands. Our opponent's going to play a Lorien Revealed. Okay, Island, and preordain. So in this matchup, the thing that's going to be the hardest to beat out of their side is just Guardian of the Guild Pact plus a bunch of Basilisk Gates. So I guess if we find a counterspell, we want to leave it up on turn 4 for the Guardian of the Guild Pact. Find Snap and a Ponder. Don't think I want Ponder. Well, so at this point I'm going to have to discard hand size. So I guess I'll just discard the Ponder. Let's bottom both. Alright, let's play the Chancery. Pick up this. What do I discard here? I'm going to discard a Modern Age. It's going to turn off my clock, but oh well. Like that reduces our... We cannot at all get back the Modern Age from the graveyard, but I think I want the preordain right now. Our opponent cycles a Lorien Revealed, leaving up counterspell. So let's just go Faithful, see what happens. I'm going to counterspell the Faithful. I think Modern Age, getting it out right now is fine. If we draw a land, we can discard the preordain maybe. Find a counterspell. Let's discard 1 familiar. I would like this familiar here. We don't have enough lands to have 2 familiars in hand be useful. Looked like they were trying to get the counterspell out of their hands so they could just do other stuff. They play a Hawk. No, Cleric kills our Modern Age. It's fine, I guess. So they're leaving up Spell Pierce here, which means preordain needs to be first. Preordain. Find Modern Age and Flicker. I'm going to bottom the Modern Age. I'll top the Flicker. Play land. Just in case they have Force Spike, I guess, and play Familiar. If they tap out, we can go Drifter, Flicker, Drifter. If they don't tap out, we can attempt to Archaeomancer for a Preordain or something. There's a Squadron Hawk. But we've lost 2 Modern Ages. It's going to be hard to close the game, especially if they gain a lot of life. Plays a Sacred Cat, leaving up the Spell Pierce. Alright, we have Snow-Covered Island. I'm just going to jam the Mole Drifter here. They can't Force Spike me. They can't Spell Pierce it. Mole Drifter. Draw 2. E. Alright, that's cool. So now we have Snap and Double Chancery. We have Archaeomancer, Counterspell, and Flicker. Really good stuff. They didn't play anything pre-combat. They're not attacking. Do you have the Guardian? They don't have the Guardian. I'm going to play the Chancery out. And I'm going to pick up the Plains and snap the Hawk. See what they do. They would Dispel. Okay. I'm going to Ephemerate my Mole Drifter. I kind of thought that was going to be a Spell Pierce, but a Dispel is different. Counterspell, Counterspell. In response. Alright. And we find a Faithful that we can use our mana, so that's great. Now we are just going to hang out and eventually attack them. Our Ephemera is going to resolve on the next turn, or come down on the next turn. We're going to draw 1 and then 2 more. We draw 3 cards on upkeep, and they scoop it up. Alright. Heavily favored for us. So we need to revoke Existence for the relics. We can probably take 1 counterspell out. The other option is to bring in the Last Breath to get rid of all their creatures. I don't think I really need to do that though. I think this is fine. Okay, we have land, Lorien Revealed. The rest of the hand is medium, but I'm going to keep. So we can play turn 2 Modern Age if they tap out. If they don't tap out, we'll play turn 2 Familiar, turn 3 Familiar. Land, pass the turn. We're going to yield until end step. They're going for a Brainstorm on our end step. So they'll likely cycle the Lorien Revealed on their upkeep. What do you got? There's the Lorien Revealed. You get the Floodplain. So they'll probably play the Floodplain or a Gate right now, which means that we can resolve this Modern Age or the Familiar. Definitely grabbing the Island. See what happens. Looks like we want to play out the Familiar. The next turn we can cycle an Island, play a Familiar, or cycle an Island with the Plains and hold up Counterspell. Okay, they play a CawGate. Looks like they're passing. Red, so they have Pyroblast post board then. They play a Sacred Cat. Given that they play the Sacred Cat, I'm going to cycle this for a basic. Play that out, and then play another Familiar. You know, they're still representing Dispel there. Squadron Hawk. So they're representing Counterspell now. We need to be able to resolve this Archaeomancer to get the Lorien Revealed and keep our lands coming. We get in for 1 to gain a life. Okay, Deep Analysis is pretty nice, so I can Deep Analysis. Well, I guess I could, yeah, let's just cast the Deep Analysis here. They could have Spell Pierce plus, oh, I guess I'm going to Ponder now, looking for a land. And they could clearly see that I didn't find a land, so they're probably going to counter the Ponder. Okay. I'd rather them counter the Ponder than the Flashback Deep Analysis, probably. They have a Relic. Will you crack the Relic to get rid of the Deep Analysis right now? I think that's probably wise. They're going to exile my Ponder instead. Get in for some damage. And obviously we're blocking the cat. Okay, so we have another Lorien. So let's grab yet another island. Play that. Let's Deep Analysis. And now we have more cards than we need. So we can Modern Age and discard the Ash Barrens. I'm going to yield to that, discarding the Ash Barrens. I'm just going to play out the second Modern Age then, since they're doing nothing. Discard a island. The Relic's just going to eat our islands. I might have to discard a counterspell here. They play a Dawnbringer Cleric to eat one of my enchantments. Fine. Continuing to pressure me with a single flyer and a 1/1 cat. Yep. Draw a card and discard. Now we can discard a familiar. Play the Chancery. Pick up the plains. Go ahead and preordain. I probably should have tapped the plains for mana first. That was a leak, because now you see that I have this Faithful that I can't cast. Whoops. I guess I'm going to take the Faithful and the Snap. That was a mistake. I just played too fast. Okay, they're going to get rid of a land. No issues from me. Land gone. We have 3 Lorien Reveals in the graveyard. It's kind of stinky. You're going to draw and discard. A cat. Okay. Alright, they're continuing to attack with their 1/1. I mean, if their goal is to go for time, we have 20 minutes and a half. So that's not really going to work out. But it's probably not the reason. They're just trying to take any edges. That's fine. Okay. Play the Faithful. I'm not going to play the land just yet. Let his plains. The Arcane Answer. Try to get the Lorien Revealed. They have a Pyroblast. Okay, we will counterspell. And what happens? If they crack the Relic right now, what do we do? Wow, okay. I will try to get back the counterspell, I guess. Will that resolve? They crack the Relic. I'm going to Ephemerate the Arcane Answer to get back the Lorien Revealed, since I have counterspell in hand. Now I can just keep playing Ephemerate for Lorien Revealed and just draw a million cards. They're going to draw and discard. We still have a counterspell in hand. They could kill the Arcane Answer. We have a second Arcane Answer. We'll just Ephemerate like the Faithful or something. There's a gate. They don't cast anything or attack. Weird. What's happening? They're prepared to counter. Ephemerate. They cast a Dispel. Tend to play a counterspell. They have their own counterspell. Okay. So Ephemerate goes away just then. Cycle this for an island. Play the island. Let's snap the Squadron Hawk, or the Sacred Cat. And we're going to untap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Arcane Answer. And they scoop it up. Well, I feel like I did not play that very well, clearly. I tapped too much. I overtapped. I was going to go Ephemerate for counterspell, but I guess it was just 2 in our favor, and we win the match. Let's go to the next. Round 3, we're on the draw. We have an unkeepable hand, as we talked about before, where if this were an island, this would be a really good hand. We have to mulligan. Okay, this is fine. Let's put back the Arcane Answer since it's a late game spell. And I think they've been on burn lately, so we'll see if they're still on burn. We play a mountain, yep. We have nothing to do. We're going to ponder, looking for a white source. Floodplain, Lorien Familiar. Okay, all these are good. And they didn't have a turn 1 play, which means they probably have a turn 2 Castic Flame Breather or something. So we're, oh, Festival Crasher. Okay. I'm going to pass. So I'm going to hope that I can really wreck them by snapping their thing in response to all their spells. The Faithless Looting. Okay. Double Lava Dart. It's in for 3. So we got to be worried about them having a. They're going to Battle Rage it right now. I'm going to cast Manamorphose. So now we're really going to wreck them. Double Metamorphose. Sure. Teamer Battle Rage. Okay. Let's see if they will also Lava Dart us. Snap. Sorry. Wrecked. Okay. Play the Floodplain. Plan on counterspelling their creature. Donk. Alright, that's one creature down. We didn't take any damage. They have a Swift Spear. That's not great. Not great at all. We have a Snap for the Swift Spear. Okay, cycle this. Grab an island. Play the island. Lay out the familiar and pass. Second Swifty. They're going to Ancestral Anger. I'm gonna snap that maybe? Well, that draws them a card, which is not something I'm a fan of. And I'm gonna block the Swift Spear that doesn't have trample. And then hopefully they Lava Dart me and not the Faithful, the familiar. Because what I want to do is snap this. Okay, Lava Dart you. Sure. Okay, get rid of the Swift Spear. So we're going to take 4, 5, a million damage from the Lava Darts and stuff. We have Apostle's Blessing. Alright, it's fine. Sure. I knew that. Blitz is definitely hard. Hard matchup for us. We're looking for a Faithful, I guess, off the top. Or a land so we can play the Muldrifter. Familiar's decent. Preordain looking for something to do. Okay, Chancery, I'll take that. Top both of these. Play Familiar. Cast the Preordain. Put Arcane-Mancer and Chancery on top. Play the Chancery. Pick up this land. And pass the turn. So we've got Counterspell, Snap. We kind of have to block the Swift Spear. And then they have to Lava Dart it. And then I can, I don't know, play out my Arcane-Mancer. They're gonna Looting. This card's double Kiln Fiend. So right now this is 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. I'm just going to no blocks because they could just Lava Dart me and kill my familiar here. They may just Lava Dart right now. If they have Lava Dart plus Mutagenic, is that lethal? This is 8 damage, 9, 10, 11. Of course they have it. That's ridiculous. Well played. Sure, overkill. No kill like overkill. Okay. Okay, Hogando Pelado. We want all our Hydroblasts. Potentially the Last Breaths. Dawnbringer Cleric's kind of medium. Counterspell's not very good. Get rid of the Deep Analysis. Okay. We have 5, 6, 7 removal spells for their creatures. Can we do it? Okay, we are on the play. It says we won the die roll. That doesn't make any sense. We would like to play first, though. Okay, keep. Land Faithful, cycle for an island, play the Preordain. Or maybe we just go land, cycle for an island. I think we're okay. Faithful, go. If they play a Swift Spear, we just block. We're going to go cycle for an island, Preordain, and then we have Snap. We're looking for Hydroblasts and Last Breaths, I guess. Anything to kill their stuff. We discard an Ancestral Anger, so they likely have another one in hand. Grabbing an island, playing the island, and Preordain. Drifter and a land. Okay. I'm going to top both. We can evoke the Drifter for draw 2. Go for a Kiln Fiend. Land, snap the Kiln Fiend. Untap. Draw 2 cards. Okay, we have a Familiar and a Ponder. Kiln Fiend, do you have a land? No. So we're looking for a Hydroblast. Ponder. Can we find the Hydroblast? No. So top this. Shuffle your library, no. Then go land, play a familiar, snap the Kiln Fiend, untap, untap, play Modern Age. Okay, draw. We're going to discard this Ash Barrens, play out the Faithful. That's the turn. And this next turn, we're going to draw the Ash Barrens, and we're going to draw off the Modern Age and discard the Ash Barrens. Then cast the Lorien Revealed. Okay, draw a card. Discard Ash Barrens. Cast the Lorien Revealed. If they have a Pyroblast, I'll be sad. They probably have it. There's no way they don't have it right now. Fine. Okay, we'll just shove everything in front of the Kiln Fiend. We play a second Kiln Fiend. No attacks, huh? Alright, we have Vector Glider. Try to kill a Kiln Fiend. Pass the turn. Let's see if they use a spell in response to save it. They Pyroblast my 2/3. We got it kind of dead. Ugh. So now this is 8 damage. I mean, we didn't find a Hydroblast in like 25 cards. So what are you going to do? Our Lorien Revealed getting countered was really bad. Just strong deck. Kiln Fiends are powerful. Discard a Swift Spear and a Kiln Fiend. I'm just going to let them kill me right now. I'm not going to even block. I don't care. You do your thing. We have an island in hand. We have literally nothing going on. Temur Battle Rage. Take 1,000,000. Go to 7. Preordain. Go to 9. Looking for a Muldrifter, I guess. Don't want these cards. I mean, this gives us a Muldrifter next turn, but not right now. Land. Archaeomancer. So Archaeomancer can get back something. Let's take the snap. That's the turn. We're at 11. We can block and snap the Archaeomancer, or just see what happens. The Ancestral Anger. Let's attempt to snap that in response. They likely have a protection spell. Sure. This is 9 damage. 2 cards in hand. 10, 11, 12. Okay. Protection from what? Protection from blue. Okay, you super win. Congratulations. Let's go to the next one. Round 4, we're on the play versus Not Jam Hot. Okay. We have to mulligan, only 1 land. This is fine. Let's keep and bottom the Archaeomancer. They are very kind. They said, we love your videos. Thank you. Keep, bottom Archaeomancer, done. Go land, pass the turn. And then yield until the next end step. Hopefully we don't face anything crazy. Blue. What does that mean? Berries? Let's find out. Cycle and grab an island. So I think they could have Spell Pierce. So let's just get the familiar out first. They're less likely to have Force Spike than have Spell Pierce. They cycle for a Plains. Oh boy. Oh boy. Cycle for an island. Land. Well, it's Modern Age first. Oh, I don't want to play the mirror. Let's go Ponder. Okay, I definitely want the counterspell. And I don't want the Faithful. I'm already discarding this other Faithful. So we're going to set an upkeep stop. No. Turn off the auto yields. So that when this triggers again, we can just cycle the Ash Barrens. We're going to draw the Ash Barrens, cycle the Ash Barrens, discard the Faithful. They have Preordain, okay. Okay, they cycle the Lorien, grabbing an island. They have a snap. Okay. They're holding up counterspell. Let's cycle this. Grab an island. Then draw and discard. For the faithful, play the land, and pass the turn. So basically our plan here is to just get out ahead in the air and pressure them. Deep analysis, huh? Let's counterspell that and pass. They looked like they're trying to find another land. Play the familiar, play Chancery, F6. Unfortunately, we need draw spells now. They can cast a deep analysis. If they don't find another land, they can't hold up counterspell. Pass the turn, deep analysis. They're at 8 cards in hand. Did you find a land? They play a second familiar and pass. We're looking for a Muldrifter. They find a snap. Okay, play familiar, play an island. We're going to attack with the Vector Glider. Put them to 15, and then we have to convert this snap into a card. So we're going to Modern Age, discarding the planes. Pass again. Probably shouldn't just F6 here. Oh man, we've done a lot. They have their own Muldrifter, okay. But maybe countering the deep analysis was not really where we wanted to be. Now they have the Drifter Ephemerate. Alright, we're dead. We're super dead. Super duper duper. In this mirror matchup, it basically comes down to whoever can land Drifter Ephemerate first, and they did it. We had a Lorien and a Ponder as our only draw spells, as well as the Modern Age. See if they tap out. They have Arcane Answer for Snap. I'm just going to concede. I had nothing coming up. Alright. Bringing in our interaction and cutting our faithfuls. We're on the play this time. We're looking for familiar hands or counterspell hands. We have counterspell. We also have a Dawnbringer Cleric, which is medium but okay. Land, pass the turn. So we want to make land drops. We want to counterspell their familiar if we can. Land, pass the turn again. I guess we could have played the Cleric there, but that doesn't really accomplish that much. They have a Preordain. I'm going to counterspell the Preordain. Just use my mana. And then I'm going to evoke a Drifter. It's kind of aggressive to do it that way, but I'm just trying to do as much as possible every turn. Find another counterspell. They have a Modern Age, so we can Dawnbringer their Modern Age, I guess. They discard a Lorien. We can play out a Familiar now that we drew that and pass, holding up counterspell. Our opponent discards an Archaeomancer. Wow. They go for snap, we're going to counterspell. Okay, I'm going to let that resolve, I think, so that I can maybe last breath it, but maybe that's not the right way, because now I can, let's counterspell here. They'd have to have a Dispel. Play a Chancery. I'm going to play the Modern Age, draw a card, discard a Dawnbringer Cleric, Ponder, find a Lorien, and a Muldrifter and a Snap. I want all these cards, but I can only keep one because of the Lorien. So now I'm going to cycle, grabbing an island, pass a turn. If they have like Drifter Ephemerate, we have the last breath for it. I think they have a tap land, I forget. Yeah, they have a Floodplain in hand. Okay, Familiar. We have the last breath for the Familiar. They play their Floodplain. But we're going to attempt to last breath on end step. Can we get it? They play a negate. We find our own negate. So I think I'm going to discard an Archaeomancer of my own. Play the Floodplain. Play Archaeomancer, grabbing the Lorien. That's the turn. I need to draw cards. Negate can protect my Lorien Revealed here. 2 mana. Looks like they're going to play another Archaeomancer. They play a Deep Analysis. Okay. I'm not going to counter that. Let's Too much of a risk. Replays a deep analysis. Okay. We're at 17. We're gonna get in and put us to 18. Then Modern Age will flip on our turn. We're gonna be able to resolve the Lorien Revealed, pretty much regardless. That's Lorien Revealed. Draw 3 cards. They have a negate, we have a negate. You're looking for Ephemerate now? Final Last Breath. Let's exile the familiar. The Last Breath are familiar. Guess I'm gonna negate that. And swing. So now they have to pay full price for stuff. We have a second Arcane Answer that can get back a negate or a Lorien. Just trying to, I guess I'm just being really super aggressive here. Okay, they play an island. 4 mana. Ugh, so they have the Drifter Ephemerate now? Yikes. They have a Preordain. We're gonna get buried by the Drifter Ephemerate unless we find a Flicker so that we can Last Breath their creatures and exile their Ephemerate forever. So off of the Preordain, they went bottom bottom. No tax. What are they going to discard? They discard an Ash Barrens. Let's Preordain. We find our own Muldrifter and a Modern Age. So I'm going to bottom the Modern Age, top the Drifter. Let's evoke it. What do we draw? Deep Analysis. Okay. What's Deep Analysis? Well, that's disappointing. Last Breath on my familiar. See if I can ponder into, I don't know. Let's just draw more cards. That's the turn. So they get to resolve their Ephemerate. Mirrors are stinky. Mortuary Mire is going to get back familiar, huh? So they must have another Arcane Mancer in hand. We've lost one familiar, they've lost one familiar. They have a familiar in hand, they're going to Preordain into it. Cast the familiar. You know, top bottom, so here comes the familiar. They have 7 cards in hand, we have 6. We've drawn slightly more cards than them, even though they went Drifter Ephemerate. So they're tapping 2 mana. Is this going to be a snap? 3 mana. Arcane Mancer is going to get back Ephemerate. Brutal. Totally brutal. Wow. We're just super dead. Snaps the Modern Age. Yeah. Gets in. Are they going to Ephemerate now? They probably should. They're tapping for 2. They play a Modern Age. What are they going to discard? They discard an island. 5 cards in hand. One of them is Ephemerate. They Ephemerate. Get back. Snap. They're going to snap their Archaeomancer so that they can replay it and Last Breath my Archaeomancer. Okay. It's pretty decent setup. They're going to be tapped out though, so we can play our Archaeomancer and then what? Okay. I'm going to lead on Ponder. I don't think any of these are helping me. I guess Deep Analysis would have been okay. Let's play Modern Age. I have the Ash Barrens. So I'll play the Chancery. Pick up the Plains. So they have an Ephemerate in exile. They have a Snap in their hand. Or no, they don't have a Snap in their hand anymore because they used it. Okay. I mean, I think we're like super behind. I don't really know how we're going to win. We have way more cards in hand than them. I'm going to negate the Ephemerate. Counterspell the negate. I figured they had Counterspell in hand for the way they were holding up their mana. Discards another island. I know they have 1, 2, 3 blue sources. No snap in hand right now. They can Arcane Mancer for Ephemerate for snap. Second familiar. Okay. We draw a card. Discard a card. Discard the plains. Try to play a familiar. No counterspell. Play Arcanemancer. You have a counterspell? They snap my familiar. Okay. Right now I'm trying to go Arcanemancer for counterspell so I can counterspell their Arcanemancer. They just have counterspell. Play familiar. Mortuary Mire back the Arcanemancer. Pass the turn. I mean, they have the game locked up. They can just Arcanemancer for Ephemerate for Last Breath a couple of times, and then it's GG. They get in for 4. They're tapping a bunch. They Lorien Revealed to draw 3. I only have 3 blue mana available. How many counterspells have they used? 1, 2. We also did not draw any snaps. So they can go for the Ephemerate. Ephemerate the Arcanemancer. Get back Snap. Okay. I would have gotten back the Last Breath. They're going to cycle for an island. Play the island. Snap to Familiar likely. Okay. Familiar is snapped. They just pass the turn. They have an Ephemerate in exile. Play Familiar. Evoke a Drifter. See what we draw. We're looking for counters. Find a snap. Okay. So I'm going to play a Familiar. Play Arcanemancer, trying to get back Counterspell. We don't have anything, huh? Play the Chancery. Pick up this. Let's wait until their turn and then attempt to snap the Arcanemancer in response to the Ephemerate. And then try to counterspell it. Snap the Arcanemancer. Negate. Okay. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. They can just Ephemerate for something. We found 0 Ephemerates and 0 Flickers so far. 1 snap. 1 negates, 2 negates, 2 counterspells. So we've had a lot of good cards. Right now we're at 11. Okay, they're going to get in. We're going to block. Puts me to 9. Maybe they're not wanting to use the Last Breaths because they want to clock me. They don't want to give me life. Still want Arcanemancer in the graveyard. They preordain. They have Ephemerate in hand. And 5 unknowns. Cast a 3rd familiar. Okay. So 4 unknowns. Cast Lorien Revealed. They have 1 blue source available. They Ephemerate. Probably going to get back Snap. If I hazard a guess. Gets Negate. Okay. So they can't tap this now. We find Ephemerate. I'm going to lead on Lorien Revealed. Find a Snap. Now we have, I guess I'm going to Mortuary Mire back my Mole Drifter. Do they have Ephemerate in the exile though? I think they do again. So I can Snap and replay the Vector Glider. Or I can Ephemerate the Arcanemancer. Play Lorien Revealed. 1, 2, 3. Cast Counterspell. With Drifter, Snap, Drifter. I'm just going to pass. Cast an Ephemerate. I'm going to see what they do. It would be better if they used most of their mana, and I got to untap with all my mana available, plus my Ephemerate. I have a Counterspell in hand. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue mana. They're at 15 cards in library. Have we used both of our Deep Analysis? Only 1. The Deep Analysis themselves, 13 cards in library. We're getting to the point where we could potentially Deep Analysis them out if we somehow live through this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to attack. Okay, I'll block. 2 mana. Cast a Mole Drifter. Okay, we know they have Negate in hand. And Ephemerate in hand. Plays a land. 8 cards in hand still. What we're looking for is a flicker so we can flicker lock them. Snap all their stuff. 3 mana. Maybe they're going to cast another Lorien. I thought we were way dead, but I think that somehow we're alive. So what happens now? I go Ephemerate, they Ephemerate for Snap or Last Breath. I gotta draw to the discard. Discard's Echoing Truth. Okay, so this is a different deck. I'm gonna cast Muldrifter. That resolves. And a Modern Age and a Snap. So let's attempt a Modern Age. Discard this island. I'm gonna discard the plains. Preordain. Another Preordain on top. So I can top the Preordain, bottom the island, top the Preordain, play the Floodplain. I can pass, and then I can cycle my Ash Barrens for the island. They discard a Drifter. They have 9 cards in deck. They have 8 cards in hand. We know they have an Ephemerate. Use 1 negate, 2. Probably have tons and tons in their hand. I think they have a negate in their hand still. Should have written these things down. 4 mana for a Snap. 1, 2. I'll snap in response. They have a negate. Okay. 6 cards in hand. I'm gonna snap in response again. I'm trying to tie up their blue mana right now. Unfortunately, they are sort of on clock as well. Counterspell the Ephemerate. We have entered the moment of truth for everybody here. Counterspell my counterspell. Ephemerate my Archaeomancer. I'm trying to get back the Last Breath. With a Ghostly Flicker. So that's going to stop their Ephemerate from resolving. What are you going to get back? Counterspell? Okay. Alright. Now what? 3 cards in hand. I have a Modern Age that I can replay. I can cycle the Ash Barrens. If they have a Snap here, that'd be really bad because that would win the game, I think. They're evoking a Muldrifter. They could just hardcast the Muldrifter. So evoking it's kind of weird. Find an island. Cycles the Ash Barrens. So right now we're looking for a flicker. Alright, we'll block. Take 6. We go to 1. We can get back our Dawnbringer Cleric for life. They're tapping out. Oh boy. Cycle here. If we find the flicker, we win the game. We have 1 flicker left. 1 island left too. Okay, draw. Discard the Ash Barrens. Cast the Preordain. Find a counterspell. So that's not going to do it. Bottom both of these. Find a Modern Age. So we can discard the Chancery. Or we can discard the land and then Chancery back a land and then discard another land. Find an Ephemerate. Does that help? We can Ephemerate for a Lorien Revealed. Archaeomancer. I think they're out of Last Breaths. Get the Lorien Revealed. Cast that. Looking for a flicker. Okay, 7 cards in library. Preordain. Because we can't deep analysis them out right now. Top. Drifter, Snap, Drifter. We're digging so hard. Evoke the Drifter. This is kind of a cool game, I guess. Snap the Drifter. Okay. So we can now cast the Drifter. But the white mana doesn't matter that much. And we're going to draw 2 cards. There's the Flicker. Land. Flicker here and here. So we're going to snap all of their stuff. Flicker. Get back. Snap. And then we're going to shoot them with Deep Analysis. Snap this. Okay, here comes the combo. I should probably get back a couple of snaps. I don't know, we'll just get to the point. We have to deep analysis them 3 times. So we can just build up some mana. I said GG's, thanks for the games. Thank you for the games. Hope you have fun learning. I feel like we got a little bit lucky that you're still learning, and we'll see you in the next. We'll see you in the leagues. GG's. Can't win the game in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Okay, get back snap. Get back flicker. I'm gonna snap some more. Alright, they scooped it up. Wow, I can't believe we took that. That was unreal. On to the last round. Round 5 versus Luffy, who's an Affinity pilot. So we are looking for getting out of the gate strong. This hand is fine, probably. Let's keep it. Lead on Floodplain into Ponder plus Lorien Shuffle. We're looking for familiars, and we're looking for modern ages to get out and attack them. Play a Wellspring. We're going to Ponder. Okay, I'll take the Preordain. No. And then Ponder Shuffle. Do I want the Muldrift right now? No. Any order? Yes. So Chancery pairs decently with our Snap. They're deadly disputing their Wellspring. Puts them to 8 cards in hand. Plays another land. Blood Fountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't currently have a another Lorien Revealed and a Snap. I don't think I want the second Lorien here. Or Snap. I'm looking for familiars and modern ages. I guess Faithful is fine. I don't know if Counterspell is where I want to be right now, but maybe. Let's play Chancery, pick up this, and discard the plains. Whoops, forgot to unpause. Played a Wellspring into a Mirror Enforcer. Play Faithful. Snap the Mirror Enforcer. Let's see if they counter. No counter. And then we'll just play Deep Analysis to draw some cards. Whoops, I was changing. I thought I paused, but I was changing my clothes. Okay. Really trying to not be so cold. Alright, whatever. Sorry if you saw me throwing a hoodie on. Okay. Draw some cards. Draw for turn. Land. Play familiar. Let's draw 2. Okay, we'll yield to that. We have the counter spell in case they have a removal spell. I think it's probably fine to hold that up right now. Because we want a counter spell. Munitions. Clan Shaman. They get in for 4. I think that's fine at the moment. Plays a land, 5 cards in hand. Let's play a familiar, play a floodplain, play a preordain. So we gain back one of those 4 life that we lost. Don't want the plains. Think we have too many Muldrifters right now. Look for more stuff to do. Okay. We have lots of things to spend mana on. The Reckoner's Bargain, the Wellspring. I'm just going to counterspell. I want to counterspell their draw 2. Sure. This allows them to actually resolve their Clan Shaman though. So it could have been bait. But I need to be able to use my mana. They kill a familiar. They kill another familiar. You get in. Okay. So we can go land, or play the Muldrifter. Draw 2 cards. Are they on no Galvanics? Let's get back a familiar, pass the turn. Get that back. Pass again. They're going to put us to 11. 3 cards in hand. Maybe they're not playing Galvanic Blasts. I think he's on like 2 blasts, 2 cast downs. Okay, play a familiar. Cast a Muldrifter. We'll go back to 12. Draw some cards. Okay, let's play this Faithful, play the Chancery, pick up the Mortuary Mire. Okay, so we can get back our other familiar if we want to. So there's a Blood Fountain. They still don't really have any threats. They're going to use the discard and draw from the blood token and discard a Seed at Synod and attack for 4. This puts us to 8, so we're now dead to 2 Galvanics. Do you have it? They have double Mirror Enforcer. So we can go Mire back the familiar, draw 2, or just draw 3 right now, see what happens. Let's draw 3, we go to 10. Play Faithful. Play Mortuary Mire. Get back the familiar. We're going to say yes on that. I'll attack you with 1 Mulldrifter. I'm holding up my counterspell. And I'm going to block the Mirror Enforcer with a Drifter and Chump for this turn. Just so I'm not dead to single Galvanic. Okay, we get a 6. Our opponent passes. They seem to be flooding pretty hard. Play a land. Play a familiar. And then we're going to play a Lorien Revealed to draw 3. So we go back up to 9 life. Cleric doesn't really do anything. I'm going to play Cleric, gain 2 life, and then I will attack you, put you to 14, and then I will, I guess, block with 1 familiar, since I have more coming out. Block, okay. We're at 7. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. We have double counterspell right now. Cycle for an island. I'm going to pass to my turn holding up counterspell. Cycle for another island. So that's our last island. Draw Archaeomancer. Play familiar. Play Archaeomancer. I think I'm just going to get the Lorien. Or I could take the snap and replay the Drifter with double counterspell backup. That's probably better. Even though I want the Lorien for cards, this just leaves me with the most open mana. So I will attack you with the Drifter. Also gains me a lot of life off of the multiple spells cast. Snap the Drifter. I have double counterspell right now. They don't have anything. Untap, untap. I'm going to cast the Drifter. Floating a blue. Draw. So we find another Mancer. Can play that. And get back Snap again. And then now we have Counterspell, Counterspell. We're at 19. Okay, so we have to Counterspell Munitions, and we have to Counterspell a Clarkland Shaman. I guess with Munitions we can snap the Dawnbringer Cleric. They gain it for 8, and now I don't even have to block. I've gained a lot of life. I'm at 11. They cast a Nile Spellbomb. I guess I'll try to counter that. Okay. Spellbomb gets countered. They play a land. They pass the turn. Find the Flicker, so that should be it. Land, attack. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Let's first cast the Lorien, see if I can find an Ephemerate. Alright, they scooped it up. We didn't even have to have the combo, but they just didn't draw super hot. Alright, sweet. Now we are trying to win the post-board games by making them not be able to play at all. Get rid of the counter spells. Bring in 1 negate, 2 red, anti-red spells. We're going to get rid of the Dawnbringer and our Faithfuls. So we could also cut 1 familiar for another anti-red spell. Because the familiars don't help us cast the Dust to Dust and the Revoke Existence, which is why we cut them. We're mostly looking to try to cast Dust to Dust and eventually refill our hand with Lorien Reveals or Mulldrifters or Deep Analysis. We have the Dust to Dust. Guess I'm gonna keep. So we have to go land, land, cycle for planes, try to dust on turn 3. That's really our entire game plan here. Play the Ash Barrens, pass the turn. Pass again. We can maybe discard a Ponder. They play a Chromatic Star. So we're going to play the Chancery. Pick this up, cycle for planes. And discard a Ponder. Alright, they're holding up their counterspell. We're going to make them have it. Alright, they have the negate. Plays a Gear Seeker Serpent. Let's go for... I guess we can go Familiar, Familiar. That doesn't seem that good. I'm going to evoke the Drifter. Maybe he'll use a Red Blast. Nope. And we can pick the Familiar back up, or Drifter back up. Okay. The Reckoner's bargain the Chromatic Star to draw a lot of cards. Get in for 5. So the beats have commenced. Plays a Thoughtcast. Land. Blood Fountain. And that's it right now. So land. Play a Familiar. Play a second Familiar. Get the Modern Age going. Discard Beardane. Get in for 5. We're going to go to 10. Yep. Plays an Ichor Wellspring. Familiar. Discard this Plains. Cycle this for an island. Play the island. Cast this Familiar. I'm going to cast a Preordain. Find a Dust and a Drifter. Let's top both. Attempt to cast a Drifter. We probably have a Red Blast. They don't? Drifter resolves. Wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to discard a land. We'll block with the Muldrifter. Okay, they play a land. Plays another Gear Seeker. And a Mirror Enforcer. And a Galvanic Blast. They have a lot of stuff going on. We're going to dust the Mirror Enforcer and the Blood Fountain. Maybe just the bridge. They cast a Turnside. Evoke this Drifter. Let's flicker Drifter Island. Cast a Negate. Okay. And then I guess we scoop. Okay. They just had a bunch of negates and Turnsides, huh? So I guess we want the negates over the Hydroblast. Submit. So if we can protect our Dust with a yes, we do want to play first. I'm going to keep this. I'm trying to ponder into a Revoke Existence, though. Ponder. Did not find a Revoke Existence. Do I like these cards? I'm going to any order it. Shuffle. There's a land. Find a Dust. We can preordain an Ash Barrens. Pop this. Play land. Pass the turn. So if they tap off a blue, they're dead. Okay. Alright. We have the Dust. Will that be the game? Play a land. We're looking for a Muldrifter now. Okay, we have just snaps in hand, so they have plenty of time to rebuild. Play another land. We're going to attempt to cast this. Hopefully they don't have a Red Blast right now. They did not have it. That was very lucky for me. I'm going to revoke existence this Silver Bluff Bridge. Getting rid of some of their red sources. So many snaps in hand. Okay, they have a negate. Play familiar, play a land, pass the turn. They play a Thoughtcast. Okay, attempt to snap the familiar. Let's untap. I guess they are playing some number of Galvanics. Play familiar again. Chancery. We need card draw here. Okay, we're passing. They Reckoner's Bargain, their Wellspring. Now they have plenty of cards. Plenty of cards. One more land. Plays a Gear Seeker. Okay, draw a card. Find a Lorien Revealed. So I'm going to attempt to snap the Gear Seeker and see if they will respond. No response. Cast Lorien. Have the negate. Pass the turn. Plays the Thought Cast. I'm just going to F6, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't F6. Gear Seeker comes down again. We're looking for an Archaeomancer here. Find an island. Not where you want to be. So now our opponent's going to attack us for 5 and put us to 15. We need a deep analysis, I guess, off the top. They have a Mere Enforcer. Makeshift Munitions. For our Clan Shaman. What a day. We have a Hydroblast. Attempt to kill the munitions, I guess. They go for the Galblast face. Sure. I'm going to block the Gear Seeker and then Ephemerate the Familiar. Okay. Block here. Ephemerate Familiar. 4. This is 8. Guess we're just going to wait and see what happens on our turn. We go to 3. Draw a card. If they have a negate in hand, we're pretty much donezo. We draw a land. That stinks. What a way to go. We won game 1 and then just didn't do anything. Kind of unfortunate. So we ended up 3-2. Lost to Affinity and to Blitz. I put 5 Hydroblasts in the sideboard, man. But if you want to beat Affinity for real, you got to play 4 Revoke, 4 Dust. Just the way it goes. We had our Dust to Dust, and they had the response. You know, sometimes it happens. I appreciate you guys for watching the videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.